All right, Utah's hot housing market, home prices rising yet again. This morning we continue our summer interview series on the Utah Housing Crunch. Interviews with the experts live every Monday through the rest of the summer. And today we're talking the crazy measures people are resorting to when it comes to buying a home. The latest numbers show that in June, our median home price was $450,000. That's up 30% from just a year ago. Last June, the median home price was $345,000. But it's not just that overall cost. Here to talk with me about this market, Allison Timothy, a realtor with the housing company Homey. Allison, thanks so much for being here.
Of course, thanks for having me here.
I feel like I can't have a conversation with an adult these days without it turning to the housing market.
I know, without talking about houses, right?
It's nuts.
Yes.
It's nuts. So we know that it's this, it's the special combination of low inventory, high prices, low rates at this point that people are getting.
Right.
So what are you seeing in terms of, how high are people having to go over asking price in order to get a home nowadays?
Things are actually balancing out. We're seeing a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, if you will. Now, if you are at that median house price or below, you're probably still going to be competing with a lot of other offers. You're probably still going to be offering a little bit over asking price. I've seen on average about a 15 to 20,000 above asking price. Now, with a good agent, you can determine, will it appraise there, or is that actually cash that I have to bring to the table? So a good conversation with an agent is fair.
Yeah.
But once we get above that median price, especially in the higher prices, you may not have as much competition as you did 2 months ago.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, so there is some balancing out. We do have a lot more inventory now than we did even 2 months ago, and we're starting to see that people are settling into where they wanted to be after that great uprooting where nobody had boundaries to get to jobs or to schools or things like that.
Do you feel like that inventory, the higher inventory now is just kind of a seasonal thing? I know summertime is a good time to sell or buy.
Summertime is a good time to sell. We have just been through such a crazy market. It's hard to say if this is seasonal or if this is post-COVID.
Got it.
I'll take it. Whatever the reasoning is, let's just take this high inventory, let's get people in the houses that they've been waiting for, and we'll see if it is just seasonal or if we're going to see this same high inventory, say, in October or November. We're not sure yet.
Can we talk about earnest money?
Yes.
So honestly, it's something that now if you can't buy a house without it, and something I really hadn't heard of pre this kind of craziness. I'm sure it's been around a while. Yes. What is earnest money? What are you seeing people pay in earnest money right now?
Great question. So earnest money is actually, it's been around forever. Earnest money is what makes your contract valid. You have to back it up with something of value. And so typically here in Utah, we're going to back it up with about 1% of your sales price.
Okay.
Now, what's different right now is some people are making that earnest money hard on acceptance. So that means it's non-refundable. Again, talking to an agent, you can make your best game plan. Some are doing that earnest money, a portion of it going hard after the inspection, or kind of tiering it out throughout the process instead of the typical is that it will be refundable to a buyer up until their finance and appraisal deadline. But with this market and trying to be a little bit more aggressive with offers, we're seeing that become non-refundable a little bit sooner. But it's not always necessary. So
we only have a couple seconds left here. I think we could talk about this the rest of the hour.
I know, we could talk and talk.
I could, but really quickly before we have to go, you're working with Homey, a large company that we've all heard of now. What's the kind of the benefit, the pros and cons maybe of choosing a company like Homey versus choosing a realtor that you know what I mean, that's a friend of the family?
Right. Well, one of the things that Homey has going for us is our amount of volume. Our agents are writing offers daily. And so the offer that somebody wrote a month ago or 2 months ago, if they're only doing, say, 6 to 10 offers a month, or 10 offers a year, they're not going to see those changes as quickly as a Homey agent will. So working with a Homey agent, you're going to get a lot more quick experience and exactly what needs to be done in this market on this day to get you a win.
Allison, so good to meet you. Thanks for coming in. We really appreciate it. We'll have links to information on our website, abc4.com/GMU. And stick with us every Monday morning all summer long for more on the Utah Housing Crunch here in Utah.